Hey everyone, looking to unlock a flexible side hustle or maybe just instantly boost your professional credentials? Well, you're in the right place. Let's dive right into this explainer and outline the highly structured, step-by-step roadmap to becoming a commissioned notary public in the state of Oregon.
Think about it for a second. Whether you need a side gig to reach some financial goals, or you want to play a really critical role in Oregon's legal system, becoming a notary opens some incredible doors. You aren't just pushing paper here. You're playing a vital, officially recognized role in the state's entire legal and business infrastructure.
And honestly, here is the absolute best part. The barrier to entry is surprisingly low. With just a $40 application fee standing between you and a highly respected four-year commission, this is hands down one of the most accessible professional credentials you can get. To make it super easy, we've organized this whole bureaucratic process into a finite, five-step roadmap. The role and requirements, training and the exam, the application and commission, your equipment, and finally, maintenance and best practices.
So, let's kick things off with step 1, the role and requirements. Let's lay down the absolute baseline of what this job actually entails and who is legally allowed to do it.
So, what exactly is a notary public, anyway? Well, you are definitely not just a rubber stamp. You are an impartial witness, a ministerial officer of the state. Your main duty is to prevent fraud by verifying identities and ensuring that signers are acting completely voluntarily when they're executing big, important documents like real estate transfers or powers of attorney. You are literally the frontline defense against forgery.
Because you are that frontline defense, your integrity is your primary qualification. You have to meet some strict prerequisites before you can even apply. You've got to be at least 18, able to read and write English, and either reside or work in Oregon. Plus, you have to pass a strict background check, meaning absolutely no felony convictions, no recent crimes involving fraud or dishonesty, and no revoked commissions in the past 10 years.
Moving right along to step 2, training and the exam. Now that we know you qualify, let's look at the mandatory education and testing phase of your journey.
Oregon takes this part very seriously. You have to complete a state-approved notary training course within the 6 months prior to applying. But you have options. You can take the free mandatory courses offered directly by the Oregon Secretary of State, or, if you prefer, opt for paid courses through certified education providers. Either way, you'll need the unique education training number they give you to move forward. Next up is the exam. And please, do not let test anxiety hold you back here. The online state exam is incredibly straightforward. It's a 20-question, completely open-book format with true-false and multiple-choice questions based entirely on the Oregon Notary Public Guide. It's really just designed to make sure you understand the handbook. And hey, if you stumble, it's totally free to retake as many times as you need. Okay, step 3, application and official commission. With the education and the exam conquered, we have reached the logistical climax of getting you official. It's a simple 4-step pipeline that you'll navigate through the Oregon Secretary of State's online portal. You'll submit your form along with that $40 fee we talked about, get your surety bond, take your oath, and finally, receive your actual certificate. Let's pause on that bond requirement for a second. While errors and omissions insurance is optional, though highly recommended to protect yourself, a $10,000 surety bond is absolutely mandatory. Why? Because it's there to protect the public from any financial harm caused by a mistake you might accidentally make. Once you've cleared the background check and secured your bond, your final hurdle is taking the oath of office. And fittingly enough, you will swear this official oath in front of a current, active notary public. It's actually a really great moment that officially welcomes you into the community. Upon successful processing of all those elements, boom, the state will issue your official Notary Public Commission certificate. You're granted your official 4-year term, unlocking your new professional capabilities. Next up, step 4, equipment and your practice. Let's dive into the physical gear you actually need to legally execute your duties in the real world. First and foremost is your stamp. When you're buying your self-thinking or pre-inked stamp from a specialized vendor, don't just buy the first one you see. You have to ensure it proudly displays this exact 1859 State of Oregon seal to be fully compliant with state law. And your stamp must also contain very specific text right alongside that seal. It needs the words official stamp, your name exactly as commissioned, Notary Public Oregon, your unique commission number, and your expiration date. Missing even one of these details completely invalidates your work, so double check it.
Beyond the stamp, you are legally required to maintain a sequential notarial journal. This is literally your most vital tool. You have to document every single act, the details of the signer, and the exact identification method used. This journal is your ultimate protection if a notarization is ever questioned later in court. Never, ever take shortcuts here.
Finally, step 5, maintenance and best practices. Let's cover how to stay compliant and handle real-world challenges over the next 4 years.
In the real world, someone is eventually going to show up without a standard valid ID. Fortunately, Oregon law provides specific workarounds. You can accept a government-issued photo ID that's been expired for less than 3 years. You can rely on your own personal knowledge if you truly know the person, use a credible witness who takes an oath, or use platform ID verification if you're doing remote online notarization.
You also really need to understand the line between acceptable acts and illegal misconduct. Remember, you are there to witness, not to advise. Giving legal advice, notarizing your own signature, or advertising as a notario publico, which falsely implies you're an attorney in Spanish-speaking communities, can result in severe legal consequences and the instant loss of your commission. And to keep this going long-term, you can't just coast. Oregon requires you to proactively complete the Notary Basics training before each new 4-year term. Best practice? Do this training and reapply no more than 30 days before your current commission expires so you have a seamless transition.
Now, just as a quick heads up, while this explainer provides a super comprehensive foundation for your new career, regulatory environments do shift. You should always rely on the official Oregon Secretary of State Corporation Division for the very latest legal updates, fee changes, or procedural rules. So from the $40 fee and the open book exam, all the way to wielding your official 1859 seal and guarding your sequential journal, you now have the exact roadmap. The only question left is, when are you going to take the leap and become a crucial, trusted witness for your community?